saved, ooh, this bee's following me. I saved the saddling part for, because we ended on a good note with the saddling, so I saved it for this time. Okay. But you know what, I'm going to have you do it. But let's take it out into the middle. Oh, you smell so pretty. No, yeah, that wasn't what I was saying. Almost saying we'll just put it on like that, but I really rather him still get through the whole process. I was going to be lazy about it. The whole point of not letting it fall to the ground. Oh, well. It smells like you? Does it smell like you? Yeah. I know, you're already like, no go. Okay. So first off, obviously, even though I showed it to him, doesn't mean anything. You need to show it to him. Yeah. And maybe kind of get yourself in a better situation where you're away from the mounting block, whether you back him up or bring him away from it completely, I don't care. But just so if he was to act stupid, you can get out of the way and he doesn't fall trying to get you.
And I'm just throwing it on him, like...
Yeah, like you do it every day. And then we're watching for expression. Woo! Nice!
Now am I taking it off and doing it again?
Yep, take it off, do it again. Make sure that we still keep that same expression. Still not bad. Still not bad at all. Too bad he's not facing the camera, but that's okay. That wasn't for you. I was saying, for me, too bad he wasn't. Yeah, I move it so many times you don't know where to look. Nice. Good job. Okay, so we'll move on. You know, we're not going to do it until it annoys him.
Right.
But if it had annoyed him, we'll do it like I did last time and just keep doing it until he finally kind of submits to the idea. So I'll get the saddle for you because I want him to stay facing this way so we can watch his ears and people can understand what we're doing, because I don't just get through it and then hop on a horse that's mad at me. I want to make sure that they're okay with the whole process.
Remember that?
He's like, oh, yeah. But it really wasn't so bad last time, right? No, it wasn't. Not terrible, but we'll do it again. Let him, it's okay. That's okay, go ahead. I was going to say let him look at it, but he knows what it is.
Stand.
So in that case, you weren't rude, but you want to make sure that you're not.
Okay.
So like if he goes to kind of move off, kind of as politely as you can, make him stand, because his moving off right now is sort of like, oh, I'm just kind of not sure I want to do this.
Okay.
But he's not being bad, you know, like he knows the stand command. But I wouldn't be punishing him for that right now.
Okay.
Now there's a honeybee. We've had every bee so far. I've had a yellow jacket, that was a wasp, and now there's a honeybee. Okay, yeah. So now go the other side and take the saddle off, put the saddle back on the other side. It'd be nice to be able to ground tie him. I am able to, obviously, when you groom him now, but I don't know that you'll be able to.
I know, I'm probably just like...
Yeah, as much freedom as you can give him, he's standing on it. As much freedom as you can give him. Watch that he doesn't bite you, though. Be very aware of why he's looking at you. Yep. One more time, and then do exactly what you just did, where you tuck that all up in there. You know, you kind of give it a little rustle after you put it on him. Watch him. So unfortunately, he just blew it.
Yeah.
So go ahead and take it off. We're going to have to just stay on that side for a minute. That's his bad side, too. That's his reactive side. So that's the side. Yeah, watch. So now what I do while it's on him is flap just the flap. Yep. Okay. Take it back off. Watch him. So go ahead and put the saddle pad up higher, and then we'll put it on like, yep, good. No reaction with the saddle pad. Go ahead and put that on. And also take in consideration that you don't have his attention. So don't ever just assume that it's fine when you don't have his attention, because they could suddenly snap out of what they're looking at and you'll get the nastiest bite you ever got. Okay, go ahead and take it back off. With him paying attention now. Let him know that you're kind of here together, just like so he kind of can get out of being snotty. And then go ahead and put it back on. He's not paying attention, but still, see. Watch him. Yeah, he got a wasp again. It's unbelievable. These bees are like all over us. It's an aggressive time of year. Alright, I'm not upset with it. So go ahead now, while it's on him, start doing like the saddle pad stuff and make sure that everything's... So watch him. So go ahead and flap the flap and just see if you can kind of do that till he stops caring. Okay. Yeah, when his interest goes away. Just good. I mean, I obviously don't... Yeah. No, you're going to go ahead and Velcro that on there. That was way better, you know. It's a huge step better from where we started. What is up with the bees, man? Yeah. It's the time of year that they get real aggressive because they're getting ready to die. Okay, I mean he's got something bothering him, or it's you know, something or someone bothering him. Okay, so now we'll do the girth. Now that's, again, something that you have to really watch yourself with, and then, you know, go over there kind of jingling. Don't sneak around him. Don't let him think that, you know, there's like some kind of trick.
Remember what you started it on?
3. I know, I love you too, but you have to pay attention to her. Sorry. He's like, but the other horses you love creep. I actually hate that. It seems so disrespectful. It's like they're playing you for stupid. You know, you don't realize that I'm you don't realize that I'm moving closer to you or out of my stall or... Okay, so now watch him. Okay, that's my one motorcycle. That's it. We don't need any more motorcycles in the video. Watch him turn around and come back. No, you need me to go twice.
Oh, I'm lost.
Okay, so I'm not unhappy with that. You know, there were some times where it would have been nice that if we had gotten through it without any of the behaviors.
Well, this is a
Huge difference from last time, yeah.
Like, last
And-
time for the start, he was just like...
And when I first started with him, he was like he was last week. And then I got him through it to this point or better than this point, to where it really didn't matter to him at all anymore. So he's proving to us a consistency is going to matter in his life, where he's got too much damage, where if you let him kind of have those bigger breaks, that he's going to kind of be like, oh, I remember this being bad. Like he's not going to... The damage is stronger than the little bit of good that we've done. See, but you're adjusting it. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and...
I just put it on the first hole. Just so
on that side.
that's
Yeah.
the third is the
Okay, yeah. No, I just wanted, because that'll move back, so I was trying to shift it up forward. Go ahead and just move his feet a little bit, because we don't want it to shift too much, because that saddle pad, as soon as it warms up, it's going to start contouring. Good, because once you start working with them, they're in work, and he should be in the right position. So I'm glad that you just kind of told him, yo, by the way. Okay, so go ahead and do it up at least 1, but I bet you could do 2. I think I was on 4 when I was finally done tightening it. Just watch him. Always be ready to kind of have your elbow to block him. Yep. Watch. See, nice. That's a nice face. I like that. I'm sorry, I have to reward that. See, like something like that. You know how many barns I've been in where I've watched people saddle their horses and how that is a normal procedure to get bit by their horse or threaten to get... Like, why would you not fix that?
And there's no stopping and healing. It's just...
Yeah, just getting through it. Knowing it's going to happen. Yeah. to where then the behavior starts when you put the saddle on their back. Then the behavior starts when you start grooming them. Then the behavior starts when you put them on the cross ties. Then the behavior starts when you try to go get them out of the paddock and they don't want to be caught anymore.
Yeah.
You know, it goes back to where it became, where they learn, oh, well, when you get me, this, then this happened. So fix this. It doesn't make any sense to me why you wouldn't fix it. Okay. So I'm happy with the progress. It's not fixed. You know, next time, hopefully we'll have better progress. Like I said, when we're done today, we're going to take it back off of him. Make sure that we can put it back on him. And when you can put it back on him after a ride that leaves him happy and expressive, then you know you're leaving him on a good note about the thing that pisses him off the most.
Right.
I know, right? We like the temperatures, fine, but the sun, no good. Okay. So let's see, because we have him kind of in a, I know this game mode, let's go see if he'll do the mounting block. We're still going to warm him up, but I want to just see if he'll do the mounting block. I just want to make sure. See, I told you, I could win every time. Good. But, did you see his face? He had his ears back. He was telling us, I understand this part, and I'm not happy about this part. So, go ahead and try to get him to back straight, because he's going to think he's supposed to do all kinds of getting closer to you. See if you can communicate back up straight. He's just going to try his little heart out to get closer to you, because he thinks that's all that's wrong. Yep, there you go. Back. So what could you have done actually to help him understand that, do you think? Because I knew he wasn't going to know to back up straight, but once he did, what would have been the best thing you could have done when he took that straight backward step? Because you just kept telling him to back up, so he had no way to know that that really was the right answer. So, and since he's going to be on the wrong page, you're just going to help him stay on the wrong page.
Okay. So do you want me to fix him now, or get him back, get down and walk around?
What I want you to do actually is get down and back him up straight from in front of him, just so he understands what we were really just asking for. Good. Good. Now you can get back on the mounting block and ask him to over to you. His front foot's okay. Yeah, it's okay. If he was going to pivot, his front foot was okay. If he's going to walk forward, it's not. So you were right. Good boy. Now he is too close, but we're not going to punish him.
Yeah. How do I prevent that?
You could put a block. You can put your kind of, what I do is I do kind of like I'm going to shake his hand out towards his ribs, so when he starts to come over, because his idea is he's got to touch you.
Oh,
so that's the part he got wrong. Okay. So what I do is I just kind of give him something to bump into.
Because with Coda, he kind of did that too, so I'm like, clearly something I'm doing that.
Yeah, they're
not doing to stop it.
Right, you're not, because what he's learning is he's supposed to come to you. So what you need to do is you need to express to him that's far enough. Okay. Or you can use an away command or out. I usually use away at that place, because the away is more when they're standing still, I think. Okay. But you could do that, but then, we already know I'm like Italian today. like you could do that. Okay, so that's what I would try. Or another horse is like a shorter horse, which he's not, and I don't know it would be a good idea to do with him. I would prefer you did it like mid-rib, like where the saddle kind of ends, okay. But over. But with a shorter horse, I would put my knee out sometimes. Okay. They could bump into my knee, and then I can take my knee away, and now we've got the space I need. Okay. So they do somehow develop the idea it's supposed to be I come to and touch you. Okay. So also watch. Okay, you got lucky.
Well, that's why I kind of walked him away, but he kind of took a forward step first. But I was aware of it.
Okay. Because we don't want to make it bad. So if he runs into it, trips over it, all that whole 9 yards, then you're going to create an issue that you didn't even need to start. That's not bad. Okay, and that expression's nice, so we'll quit there for right now. Try to walk him towards the gate. That'll keep him from running over the mounting block. Okay, so we're going to tighten the girth one more time, just do one more hole so that it can, because he's heating up, and as he heats up, that takes shape to his body, and it should be really easy to move that up one more. Yeah, and you know, the funny thing is that it seems that as we prove to him that we don't do it the way you know, I'm tightening it up as I go. I'm not going to just split you in half the first time I put the girth on. His faces get nicer each time you tighten it.
Right.
Like, oh, okay. Yeah, exactly. So I like that he is understanding that much.
Right.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to do some changes of direction with him to get him kind of thinking about where his feet are and that you're in charge of where his feet are. Okay. So we'll do it at the walk, which, do it the hard way first, and I believe your guys' hard way is to the right. I think that's the way he crowds you the most.
Yeah.
Good boy. That's a pretty responsive backup. So now put all your energy right at that shoulder and drive him and his nose and his shoulder away. Yep, and the shoulder, yep. Because that's where he gets away with coming in on you, is he brings his shoulder to you. Okay. So I'd almost one time give a little bite on that shoulder. When I kiss and tell you to go that way, okay, I expect you to move that shoulder away from me, because if he starts getting away with doing that again, we just ruined all the out. Because you can look back at the old videos, you didn't have this circle even once in the old days. So we don't want to take that away. Since he's likely to crowd you in that particular space there, I would change directions up here. Okay. I wouldn't do any changes of directions when he's already wanting to be in your space. So now you've got a more attentive stride there.
Yeah.
When he gets up by me, change directions again. Make it very obvious what you're doing so he doesn't feel like he's just being kind of corrected or confused. So I call those drive-bys, and I was hoping he wouldn't do them anymore. Where he comes in kind of at you and then just kind of goes past you, but wouldn't mind if he bumped into you kind of thing. Yeah. I want him to do like a change of direction out there where his back feet kind of almost plant and his front... Well, yeah, if you have to kind of bite him once. You know, we don't want to spend all our time, you know, being rude to him, but if you have to bite him once, it's better than nagging him a bunch of times. So when he gets up by me, change direction and put all your focus on turning his nose away and turning his shoulder away, and make him believe that while he's standing there, he's supposed to go away. So he did, as you saw, he came in, not as bad, and then he got himself all tangled up in his own legs, which is because his emotions came into it. Okay. So he did get offended, but like I would even go and kind of slap that shoulder with the end.
That's what I did.
Okay. That's probably why he got offended, but let's see if this time you may have to do it in this direction also. Let's see if it kind of translates. If it doesn't, then we'll go ahead and change direction. So let him think it through. Yep, that was better. Wow, until he, yay. See, when he starts tripping, it's because he gets emotional.
I slapped on the shoulder again.
Okay. Get the cobwebs out. So when he comes up by me, change well, let him get, okay, yeah. I was gonna say let him get through there, but that's okay. So this time, he's still doing his drive-bys. So this time, when you change directions, I want you to take a pretty aggressive step at him towards that shoulder. It's all about that shoulder. You're going to tell him your shoulder's the only thing that needs to actually change directions right now, buddy. You want his hind legs to stay out here on the circle, and you want his shoulder to be what drives away. So when he gets up by me, you're going to change direction, and this time you're going to take that aggressive step at that shoulder on this shoulder. Yep, 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 yep. There, good. Much better. When he comes up by me, we'll change direction again. Much better. There he goes. That's what we're looking for. He did get a little bit of a off in the shoulder kind of deal. You know, he kind of got to go in the circle in the middle at the end. But the turn was what I was looking for. He didn't follow through, but he got the idea what you were looking for. So he's a little emotional now. That's why all that other stuff is happening. And it's just become a pattern. So go ahead and change directions now, because now he's got used to where it is. Get in there, get in there, get in there. All right, he's getting away at the end with still doing a little bit of the drive-by at the end there. By the gate, change direction. There. Now, go ahead and bring him in, because that's what you wanted. Good. And look at how much he's asking you.
Yeah.
Okay? So you got his attention. That's what I was looking for. The only thing I want to change...
Is my positioning?
No, is how you're pulling him into the circle for the turn.
Okay.
It should be... He should respond...
I think I'm doing that because
to get a hold of his head so fast.
And get on the other side of him.
Okay. Well, it's when he's passing... I'd rather you kind of give him the benefit of the doubt and do your step back first before you yank on him. It almost seems like you're kind of bringing him with a step back, where he's doing his thing, he's being good. He didn't recognize, and he didn't get to see your body first, so he didn't have a chance to have the benefit of the doubt that he would have responded.
Okay.
So it's kind of like when you're standing and you're chatting with the horse, and the instructor says, "Go out on." Yeah, go out on the rail, and the horse gets yanked off to the rail, and he was just sleeping. Okay. So I don't want to do that to him, because then he's going to start to, be a different form of offense that he'll have towards you. Okay. So when he comes along here, take your step back, and if you have to, you can take two. Take your step back. If he doesn't respond, right, well, he's... Get his head over, get his shoulder over, so I'm trying to do it more. I'd rather he get a chance to have the benefit of the doubt that he knew what you wanted. And then when you have his head, quickly point in that direction and see if you can get away with not yanking his nose around, because all you want to do is get on the other side of that shoulder and be like, move that shoulder. Okay. So his head almost doesn't matter. I mean, yeah, I said get his nose. His head almost doesn't matter. Well, you want to get that shoulder. Yeah. Okay. And I think he's passed, and I'd like to even see where and this is like our goal for a few minutes, is I'd like to see if you can get past even having to do so much of this. Okay, because that's even kind of like, I'd be like, you're a jerk. I would start to think you're kind of a jerk. Okay. So I'd rather not have so much of that. So if he's coming along, let's just say he's going this way, he's coming along, and you give him the benefit of the doubt, and he looks in, then you can even take that second step back so he has the opportunity to bring that front leg in, and then drive him back out from there. Okay? All right. Got that. Because he's being good. Yeah. And he was very happy to do it right. And then when you brought him in to reward him, he was like, oh, because he knows he did something good. Nope. Yeah, I think it's a fly. Now right here, drive his shoulder. Say, yep, even now, see? That I would have, it's too late now. That I would have drove his shoulder when he was kind of stalling out on you. I would have been like, get your shoulder out on that circle, because his back legs are already there.
Alright, because I guess I don't think about it until it's too late.
So how would you fix that? Forget anything I've already said. How would you fix that pattern there? Change directions before it happens. Change directions right at it as a punishment.
I just suck at this.
Yeah. No, you don't suck. I said yeah, but I didn't mean it like that. I feel your pain. I mean, I can show you. There it is. That's it. Good. And now bring him in. The reason I'm saying bring him in is because he was really thinking he didn't, because we don't normally do stuff at a walk with him, right? And so he was really trying to be good, and you gave him so much energy he didn't know what to do with that energy. Okay. So trot was like the next logical answer for him. Okay. But that was perfect. So I don't know if you remember what you did to make that happen, or if we just finally got him to understand what you're doing. I know. All right, I love you too. Okay, I'll say hi. I know.
Or which way do we just turn? Is that a better turning side?
We turn from this way to that way. And unfortunately, he got to trotting, and then he got punished for trotting, which I know. Right. So I kind of, it's you got to kind of play with how much effort they're putting in, and how genuine that effort is. Okay. You know. So like in his case, he was just, you had so much energy. He didn't know what to do with the energy, so he thought he was supposed to trot off. Okay. And in that case, you just want to nicely say, you know, or stop him. You know, bring him in. Be like, you're right, good job. You know, I don't want him to trot off every time, but I want him to be for the turn. I want him to be like, yes, okay. I got it. I get it now. Okay. Yeah, you have to like almost. Yeah, like tell the kid it's a pretty picture, even though he's colored all out of the lines. You know. Okay. Because he tried. Right. He is trying. He's not giving you a hard time. He is actually trying. Yes, I know you are. You know what? Well, let's quit there, actually. Because I don't want him to do it wrong again, and then have to be. Well, yeah, and I kind of think he deserves to be told no. It's fine. It's fine this time. I usually just get on it, because I don't want to confuse him. You can do this yourself. I don't know why I always test it for everybody else. I guess because I don't want to see anybody fall off the mounting block. That's good.
He's like, should I do something?
Yeah, that's why I didn't want to do it. I love you. Yes. He's no longer for sale. Alright. Yeah. You're too special at this point. Yep. And then we'll snug that girth up one more time away from the mounting block. If it needs it. I did, why?
Oh, okay. I heard something that just sounded weird.
Oh, I thought maybe I scared him.
No,
yeah, I was going to say, I've done it enough times, I don't think that scares him, but you never know. Could be a time it scares him. I can't get the machine in here because it's so wet. Here is fine. I'd like to drag it and make it nice, but to get the machine here, I'll sink in my grass to get it here. I don't think the machine will fit through the gate.
Does that make it wide enough, or it's still not wide enough?
I don't know. Could try that. Oh no, my thing is too wide. I'd have to take the gate off and then move that, or open these both up a little bit for the. Yeah, I could probably do it. My thing is too, that thing sticks out. My dragger.
I think the grid is fine. I don't know if you want to check it and see what your opinion is.
I don't want to make him mad. Yeah. He wants to be my friend.
This is on the fourth hole, and that's on the third hole.
Well, I can really get my fingers in there. I mean, like, I could go like this in there.
So you would tighten that more?
Yeah. If you think it's comfortable for you, then we'll leave it that way. I mean, I hate cutting them in half, but if you don't think that you're really good at, if you're good at balance, then, like, the balance part, like, if you're balanced on the horse, the girth never needs to be super tight, but if you're not balanced, then...
Did I put the terms down now?
Yeah, I did, yep. Yeah, he's done having to think.
You heard nothing. You still have to think.
Oh, no, yeah.
Thoughts.
Yeah, so what we're going to do today is we're going to get on him. We're going to, what I forgot to do last time, is we're going to hurry up and stretch here. So we're going to bend him around to each of your toes, make sure that he's good with that, and not walk off. And if he walks off, you're just going to hang there until he stops moving, and then you're going to reward him and release him, either side. I'm going to actually move these cones. One, we're going to try to keep him out on the rail, obviously, except for the puddle. And every single time he gives you a nasty thought, we're going to change directions. You can change directions, just, quickly steer him around. We're not going to try to do anything fancy, crossing over his feet or anything like that. We're just going to steer him back around, change directions. If he fades off the rail and you didn't expect him to or steer him to, we're going to do a circle. Okay, so
if we're going...
So if you're going this way, and he starts cutting in because he's just decided that he doesn't need to be over there, circle him. And let him loose once he's back on the rail. So you're going to stay in control of that circle, let him loose once he's back on the rail. He's going to get tired of you doing that, he'll learn to stay on the rail. Okay? If he goes like this, you're going to go, all right, then let's go this way. Okay? So every time he gets that, you should be able to feel it. He'll get like a hump in his back. Every time he gets a hump in his back and he's thinking something naughty, you'll feel him almost grow a half an inch underneath you. We'll let him be bad a couple times so that you can know that's what you're feeling and you're not punishing him for just having a weird step.
So you'll help me with this?
Yeah.
Okay.
But we're going to just try to get it out of his head that he has to have any reaction. We're going to try to get him to where him trotting before you ask him to trot is not allowed, because it's emotions. And I don't think we're going to do anything that's going to cause him to be emotional, so I want to kind of get ahead of the behavior. I allow the emotional stuff when I know why they're doing it. Monarch's in the arena.
So, when I go to the bouncy block, am I going to do the same thing?
Yep, you're going to always, until he's like a total riding horse, you're going to always check and see if you're invited. You should always check and see if you're invited too, but this way you're going to, show him your invitation, you know what I mean? You're going to be like, oh, really, I'm allowed here. You're going to do that for a little while, and then once he's where you know that he understands you belong to the club.
So everything, the foot in the stirrup, the kindness.
And then if that goes well the very first time, then get on the next time.
Okay. And am I getting off and walking home?
If that goes well the first time, then if everything goes well the first time, then you are going to get off and prove to him that that's all it was. Then the next time you'll get on him.
Okay.
Unless all of a sudden, Jaws shows up. Yeah, I hate to say, I almost want to just give it to him. Like, I feel like unless you feel like you can't do that adequately, then you can ask him to away from you by bending the rein towards you and putting your hand nicely on his ribs and then just adding steady pressure till he steps away. So it's just like that. Good. I just didn't want to offend him, that's all. So now just be gentle how much you ask for, that's all. Otherwise you're like, do it. No, don't do it. Do it. Don't do it. Yep. Now. Yep. Yep. He's not 100% sure. He's thinking back up. That's okay. Yep.
Why did we break it? I shouldn't have done anything.
He's got the idea. Yep, yep. He's like, so this is right where we started. Is that good? So how you can make that better for you is to just be glad that he did that, take him away, and come back. Yeah, because I went and take him that way so he doesn't hit the mounting block. That's okay. It's practice. Yeah, but eventually you'll have him so good at it that he'll step over to you no matter where you elevate yourself at. Imagine having your window right outside those birds. They're like holding committee right there. Okay. Oh, he's come. Yeah, he thought he did right. Good, good. Yeah, I'd say back up another step. Is your mouse seriously on that board? Yeah, I think you need to not be doing that. Good boy. Now, gentle over. Yeah. He's like, I wanted to see if he was going to get in trouble for biting that board. Sorry. Oh, he's trying. He's trying. I gotta get my glasses. My eyes will be killing me. They're right here. Hey, you know what? I wouldn't mind this in December. People will be complaining about it, though. We just haven't had a big enough break from it yet to where we still complain. Nice. Yep, nice. Real nice. They even went up. Good. He's paying attention. Go ahead and step up. Good. Step down. Good. Step up. Good. It's up to you if you want to just flip over. I don't even care if you walk off at this point. Good. God, I want so bad to go pet him. That's so huge. My pretty kitty. Very proud of you, buddy.
Am I staying on?
Yep. So just give him a second to just kind of like digest, like he's fine.
Right.
So what I would do is you're going to take this rein, you're going to elevate it, and then you're going to just run this one down. You're just going to gently ask him. You're just going to kind of give him a feel to look at so he doesn't think he's supposed to steer. Don't let your body change in any way, so that way he knows he's not supposed to go. Yep, yep, yep. Don't come up to your belly. You want to get in, there you go. You want to get in that habit so that if you're ever in trouble, yep, good. Good, now you can let him go. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. No, I thought he was. He had me fooled. It looked like he was. I didn't look like he was hanging on you. Right. I don't need to actually move this. I was thinking I needed to move this.
There you go. Test it again.
No.
Do it again?
No, he's good. Now you can walk off. I should have left that there, actually. I don't know why. I just felt like it needed to be moved.
Okay, now he's going to think that every time someone is on him, now he's off.
He always gets stuck in the first few steps. Once he understands it, he stops acting confused, but... So, let's just say, hypothetically, you're out here by yourself, you're working with this horse, and he does that kind of consistently. How would you try to go about fixing that? His confusion about walking off from a standstill.
I don't know.
Stop and start, stop and start, stop and start.
Like, you need one keep going?
Yep. So that way, that way he never questions what he's supposed to do. It was kind of his way of saying.
In that moment, you're saying once we're going.
Once you're going, then I would have made him I would have been my idea to stop him, and then say, would you go again? So that way he can kind of get it in his head. Oh, that's what that means.
Okay. So should I still do that now?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's more like at that time.
Yeah, like now I mean you could stop him and ask him to go, and you can add it into all of this if you want to, and it might be something that I would do.
Okay.
You know.
They're gonna like to cut in right there.
And just make sure that your whole body stays square on him, and the only thing that turns is your shoulders and your waist and your arms. But they're attached to your shoulders, so it should work.
So by default, they have to turn.
And those steps are like labored steps. Those are like he's making an effort to get up that little piece of that hill. So he wasn't doing anything bad.
Yeah, I mean, his expression is nice.
Huh?
I didn't think that.
He's like, no, I promise I won't cut in again. So that's amazing how that fixes that.
Yeah.
And people will have horses that I call them drunken sailors. They won't stay on the rail for the life of them, and people don't know how to fix that. Like, all you have to do is keep circling them when they want to cut in, and then they'll figure out where you actually want them to be. If you let them get away with it multiple times, then that becomes their pattern. They believe that's part of the arena. That's what they're supposed to do. They don't really do things to be bad. You know, it's not a lot of malicious behavior. That again.
I don't know, unless you just check
No, I just hit a rock.
It just seems like a little.
So now, politely go across the arena. So we're not doing it as a change of direction. We're not doing it as a circle, and we're going to change direction. So, like, this is why we want him to understand the difference between this is punishment and this is just a sense of direction. Good. Now, what I liked about that is that he responded to your shoulders and your torso turning.
Yeah.
I saw his head turn in response to that, because I could tell your hands weren't pulling him. You might have had a feel, but you didn't have a tug that caused his head to turn quite as much as it did. So that's what I look for when I start looking for a horse that's responding to my body and turning. Okay, go back down the center and change directions. Hi, Mr. Monarch. I guess you're supposed to be a Mrs., though. So that time I can tell you had to support a little bit. That's okay.
I think because he was thinking, like, he wasn't focused on what I was doing, he was thinking he was supposed to stop. Because he hesitated through there, so I think he was still back at that point.
I do think that little section's just hard for him. I don't think he's being bad. Even his ears, I think they're more about the physical discomfort that he's having to climb that little piece right there.
Okay.
So I don't think he's saying anything snotty to you. I can tell by the way he's stepping that it's coming in conjunction with his ears. It just seems harder for him. Go across the middle and go back down the other way. Okay, so now start paying attention to his ears, because now he's starting to say, this isn't a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to want you to do instead of that, I'm going to want you to change directions.
Okay.
Because I don't want him to think he's going to have a game of tug of war with you every time he wants to go faster. I'd rather him change directions.
It's like that, like he's not nasty about it.
No, but he's starting to change the gait on his own.
Okay.
So instead of nagging at him, I would just say, all right, let's change directions. Let's change that thought.